Hare Krishna, dear friends. Today we'll talk about a solution for depression. Suicide is not a solution for depression. The main reason we suffer in this world is that we think that we are this body, and whatever is connected to this body, whichever goals are connected to this body, we think that it is the main goal of our life. But let's see. Because we are not this body and we are soul. But when we don't have that information, that knowledge, we think that we are this body, and if some failure happens in our life, we think that it is the end of life. So we lose our hope to live, and we don't know. We think that we lost everything, and it is for eternity. As for example, in my childhood, I used to play chess, and it was very important for me in my life. And the main goal was only chess and to be a champion. So, in the beginning years, for several years continuously, I used to become chess champion. But one year, I lost my important game, and I took not first place. I lost that champion title, and I became second place. So it was a shock for me. I couldn't imagine my life, and I couldn't imagine my future. What will happen? I am lost. With my goal of life is gone. I took second place, not the first place. So in this way, all people who don't have knowledge in this world are suffering because they put their goals in achieving material things, which is connected to this body. I have to be famous, I have to be wealthy, I have to be beautiful, I have to be this and that. But no matter how much we get from this world, no matter how much we become wealthy, rich, famous, the soul won't be satisfied, because for the soul we have to give something eternal. If you want to give some beauty, you have to give to that soul eternal beauty. If you want to give some richness, to achieve some richness, you have to give to that soul the eternal richness, eternal wealth, and eternal pleasure, eternal bliss. But in this world, using this body, it is not possible, because this body lives only maximum 100 or little more years. So it is not possible. That 100 years comparatively with eternity is only a single second. So trying to put our goal in that single second, and when something goes wrong, we think that it is the end of life, but it is not so. So it is the desire of the soul. I want to be happy, I want to be loved, I want to love. It is the desire coming out from the soul. But at this time, the soul is covered with false ego, which means I am this body. That false ego creates the consciousness that I am this body, and whatever is around me, my career, my husband, my wife, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my children, are mine. So it is the false ego, because we think that my body is I am, and that child belongs to me, that boyfriend belongs to me, that husband belongs to me. So, but because those pleasures don't last eternally, we lose them. They are temporary. Because of that, we suffer. But we don't meant for suffering. So, we think that by committing suicide, because in these days we hear many news about if some student didn't pass the exam, they go commit suicide. If one girl lost her boyfriend, goes and commits suicide. If one man loses his job, commits suicide. But it is escapism. It is not solution for our happiness. It is not solution for our depression. Why? Because we cannot become so free easily. We cannot become free just by easy suicide. No, it is not like that. There is karma and there is subtle body. Uh, Not only this gross body is there, but also subtle body. When somebody commits suicide, it means he didn't finish his karma, so he will stay in that subtle body. Not being able to go to another planet and take again new gross body, so he has to stay in that subtle body, and suffering will increase more. Maybe in this gross body he would suffer for nearly 100 years, but if he commits a suicide, he won't be able to realize, realize those desires, that karma in his subtle body. So because of that, because without gross body we cannot materialize our desires. We need gross body in order to materialize those desires. But if somebody commits a suicide, it means no gross body and no materialization of those desires, and karma remains there. So it means that in subtle body one remains as a ghost for 1,000 years or more. So it's very dangerous. So escapism is not a solution. A solution is, we have to understand that we are soul, and soul is always beautiful, always blissful, and always loving, and always wants happiness. And it's the nature of the soul to be happy. So the solution is, we have to gain spiritual knowledge, and we have to learn about the spiritual world, our own real home, where everybody is happy, where everyone is eternally happy, blissful, and very beautiful. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.